Hello and welcome to Focus IR. I am John Human and I'm very pleased to welcome back Dr Vincent Chian, the Chief Operating Officer of Fairview International. And we're here today to talk about the company's maiden set of results as a listed company. Welcome, Vincent.
Thank you for having me, John.
No problem at all, no problem. And we did speak a month or so ago when you updated on trading. So we've had a sort of sneak preview of what to expect in these results, but they are very strong as we've kind of found out then. Congratulations. So talk us through what's been behind this strong performance, both at the revenue level, at the top line, and particularly on the bottom line, which is actually growing faster still. Talk us through the key drivers of this really solid performance, Vincent.
Thanks. I think we've had a good year. Our results really reflect genuine demand and disciplined execution, which is something that we've always brought to the scene. Parents in Malaysia and across the region are beginning to choose more and more high quality international education, not just exam grades or scores, but good quality education. And that's something that we deliver pretty well. And enrollment right across the sector is rising quite steadily. We benefited from that trend, but when we paired it alongside good cost control, centralizing our procurement, our IT system, and streamlining our operations, that led us to be smarter, not just stingy. And that's how the operating profit improved, even after absorbing all of those IPO-related costs. Malaysia also has a pretty stable inflation rate at about 2%, and that's helped us maintain, really a sensible fees for families while protecting our margins.
Indeed. There was some increase in fees, but as you say, kept to a reasonable level. But most importantly of all, the key performance indicator of student headcount is heading in the right direction too. Talk us about what's going on there and what's really driving those student numbers.
Well, our enrollment growth is really it's a very sustainable growth because it's not based on hype or sudden or very superficial sort of drivers, but it's anchored in quality, value, control, and I think most of all it's consistency. We've increased the average revenue per student by enhancing programs and focusing on retention rather than just chasing raw headcount. Our ecosystem advantage keeps us very resilient and gives us that sustainability. And even though teacher salaries or international teacher salaries across the region have risen maybe about 8 to 10% yearly, far outpacing that average 5 to 7% fee growth that we're looking across international schools, because we develop our own teachers and we manage our costs locally, we're very well insulated from that pressure. We also operate in a really nice niche space where more than 90% of Malaysian international schools and schools around the region probably operate and follow the IGCSE or the O-level syllabus. We focus on the IB continuum as a pure IB school. And as I shared before, as families move more and more towards high quality education, not just high performance or high scores education, they begun to see more and more that the IB curriculum, the IB product that we offer our students is really the way forwards.
Indeed. Well, let's talk about the strength in teaching and really what sets you apart. How you're able to deliver this high quality product without actually compromising on the financial side of things. It's quite an achievement. Lots of innovation going on behind the scenes there.
Yeah. So I want to set it for my team, and a big shout out to my team that Fairview has again been recognized as one of the top 100 IB schools worldwide for 6 years in a row now. I think we're the only one with that track record. And we were previously Malaysia's leading IB school for 4 consecutive years. This year we're second. Unfortunately, you chase number 1 and number 2. But I think all of this is proof of consistent, sustainable excellence in delivery of a service and a promise. The way that we do it, I think it's really in our people management. We train our teachers very uniquely, as I've shared before on this channel, that we train it with our sister organization, University College Fairview, a very, very unique relationship where that actually not many international schools have, where an international school pairs up with a tertiary institution to train and develop its own talent pipeline. Our graduates gain something unique called the IB Educator Certificate. So all that training, the PGDE that they're doing, is very aligned towards the IB, which is another very unique scenario. So two uniques together makes it almost impossible to find in the market. And this strategy of talent development, that talent pipeline nurturing, shields us a lot from external inflation. It helps us control turnover, and it improves quality. As I shared, global teacher salaries are rising 8 to 10%. And, if you compare that to Malaysian inflation rate, which is 2%, we're actually maintaining very, very good cost control by doing all of this. And the turnover drops as a result compared to other teachers. The industry turnover here is about 35% across the industry, and we're doing very much better than that. And parents really appreciate this.
Yeah, it's a fantastic business model and lots of operational discipline to accompany what is a very high quality educational product. So let's talk about your first year as a public company. It's obviously been a good one, but how has being a public company affected the way you've gone about running the business?
I think I wouldn't say that it has changed us. I would probably say that what aspirations that we had at the beginning have really come out, and we've been made to play at a much higher level, in line where we wanted to go. But I think the IPO and the public listing sped up that trajectory, accelerating things like professionalism, our governance, our transparency. We have independent audits happening right now. We're also beginning to roll out campus and department level KPIs. To align every team with academic and operational goals. Previously, it was fragmented, but now we're rolling it right across. And technology investments are improving oversight and reporting efficiency. So there's a lot of back-end structural work that's happening right now. And I think, very importantly, culturally, that's the last bastion there. People are much more aware about accountability, because this isn't just some organization run by some person. This is a public listed organization, and we are accountable to the public for our actions. And this accountability spreads from classroom outcomes to financial stewardship. I don't think listing really constrained us or changed our soul. It made us sharper, more focused, and more disciplined.
Yeah, indeed. All good things, but it's obviously a really fantastic foundation for future growth. So I guess after a very strong year, what comes next? What's on the agenda for the year ahead?
That's a hard question. I need a crystal ball for that one. I think, speaking from the organization, I think geopolitically there are a lot of things happening in the world today. There is a lot of volatility happening right across the world. There's a lot of economic disruption occurring, especially in our region, with China particularly, and then Indonesia quite recently as well. But for us, we're still focusing on two main areas of expansion. The first one being regional expansion, and the second part being smarter operations through technology development. We're still exploring our partnership targets in Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Myanmar, and developing those potential partnerships over the last year. So we're being quite steady and quite cautious in our approach right now. As always, our approach is going to be asset light, focusing on management and system rather than going into capital heavy sort of investments. And at the same time, I think there's a lot of investment that's happening in the back. And I know this because I see it happening so much in how to enhance teaching and learning using digital tools. The AI revolution didn't leave us out, and we are swept up in that whole thing as well. And what we're trying to do is make sure that combination of human quality and technological leverage will drive the next wave of our sustainable growth, while at the same time ensuring that we stay true to what education is all about, which is literally a human being touching another human being's life using the power of relationships, faith, and very good pedagogy.
Well, it's an incredible approach. It seems to be working, both for your students and for your investors. So congratulations once again, Vincent, on a fantastic year. And we look forward to seeing what comes in 2026. Thanks for talking to us.